guys, welcome to today's video. Today I am doing something that was a suggestion from one of my followers maybe last week or so. Asked if I could do something on my favorite lipstick. She had noted that I wear bright lipsticks sometimes and wanted to see something like that. And it is true, I love a bright lip. I love a bright lip. I also like neutral lips and I like red lips, and there is bright and red, like, I don't know, easy to wear during the day. So I pulled out some of my very favorite colors, and I will also speak about the formulas that I'm working with, and I've shot it over 3 days for the sake of my lips. And today is day 1, so let's get into it. Nothing on my lips, and I kept the face pretty neutral. My makeup will be listed below, but I'm doing a lot of different colors, so I thought neutral best. This is called Bullet Train by SHISEIDO. It is the most unusual kind of gel formula. In fact, it comes in a foil pack, I think, so it doesn't lose any water. I've had this for 2 years, and it's not a color that I would normally do. And I asked the SA at Sephora, what do you think? And he said that is a perfect transition from summer to fall. And I found that I did wear it with some frequency. It's kind of a peachy color, peachy brown, and it's super, super comfortable. Bullet Train from SHISEIDO. FANDA from Makeup by Mario. Now this is an interesting brown. It really will depend on your skin tone what it looks like. To me, it kind of looks like a deep brown, but it's not actually that deep. If you have more of a medium skin tone, you might find that this is a brown that runs a little bit cool, and I think it is lovely, and I'm really impressed. It's matte. This is the first time he's come out with lipsticks. I think he did a very nice job, not only with the formula, but with the colors. When I look at that, yes, you'll see, oh, that's a color everyone does and that's a color everyone does, but I'm definitely seeing colors that you don't see that often, and this is one of them. Great for fall and winter. This is Serene from IT Cosmetics, and this to me can be a my lips but better if I first dab it on, or only dab it on. It just is a brown, and it smells like peppermint. And I find just a teeny bit really brings life to my face, or you can go on more opaquely. And Serene is something, I never hear anybody talk about these. Look at, I just love this little pillowy kind of thing, component. And I think they're super, super comfortable. They are matte. There might be a little hint of a sheen on them, but they're pretty much matte. And I think they're very, very comfortable. I don't know why anybody is not talking about them. Another one that I think is so wonderful for fall and winter. Serene. This is Mac Chili. And it is just like it says. It's the color of chili. So where does chili get that color? I'm thinking from paprika, maybe? I'm not a huge cook. The chili powder and the paprika, right? That's kind of what color you have here. I have worn this, I think it's ideal with a black turtleneck, and it's just an easy way to look pulled together in the fall winter. Again, I don't think this is a summery kind of color, but I do know that it's winter still for everybody. I mean, I'm wearing a sweater, so thought we'd hit those too, but colors are coming up. Laura Mercier Coral Vif, V-I-F, right there, right here. And this is one of those wonderful orangey colors. Not sure why they're calling it coral, because to me, this is orange. You can do orange, of course, in the fall and winter, but I love this kind of color in the spring and in the summer. These are incredibly comfortable. This line came out a couple of years ago, and I was so pleased because, I mentioned it before, oftentimes you go from counter to counter and you see the same colors, and it's just a matter of the formula. Just buy the brand you like. And I felt like, yes, she did have, the company, Laura Mercier, had colors that you've seen before, but she also did colors that you aren't seeing everywhere, and this is one of them. Coral Vif, or Vif. Rose Decadent, also Laura Mercier. Same kind of deal. Spring, summer. This, while the orange I think you can do during the winter and fall, I'm not so sure about this, maybe. But, and today, this we just lost the sun, so it's kind of fall-like today, but look at that. My lips, I'm looking at my computer here, and it's like they're glowing. And also I'm getting closer to the light. So let's move a little closer, you can see. Lovely. Ilia Cinnabar, right here. Now the Cinnabar, I was thinking, oh, it kind of reminded me of the MAC when I first bought it, but the MAC is a lot more spicier. Just a teeny bit. And this is another, you know, I'm cleaning the palette. We're going to go back to the brights, but another one that is just so lovely. Fall, winter. Givenchy 304. It says Mandarin on it. It's right here, but there's another word after Mandarin, but I can't quite read it. While this is called Mandarin, it's not as orange as this one. There is a bit more pink. It's almost as if it's a marriage between these two Laura Merciers, the orange and the pink. It's, to me, I like to call this color coral, although it's really not, but it's an orangey pinky situation, and I think it's great. Okay, so there's something about these Givenchys. I really love this situation, right? You open it up, here's a mirror, so you can discreetly do your lips at the table, which I have always thought was not cool. I remember when I met my dad's girlfriend, who he was with for many, many years, and she was an elegant woman in many ways, but she did her lipstick at the table, which I thought, you know, at restaurants. Anyway, I digress. I have no idea what the color is, because there's no place for the color. Isn't that crazy? But we're going to put it on anyway. This is the brightest of them all, I think. The formula is not fantastic though. You can kind of see all your lip lines, and it falls into the lip lines, and then the more puffier part of your lip, for lack of a better word, doesn't have anything on it, and you kind of have to keep on going. I'm going to pull in and you can see that. But that color, are you kidding me? It reminds me a lot of the limited edition that NARS did. I think it was named after Grace Kelly. That was just boom. And this is that. It is bright, it is vibrant, it is almost your lips enter the room before you do. It's out there, but you have to like it. I certainly do. Now, let's go on to day 2 and day 3. Let's get into it. Some of these you have already seen, and some of them you haven't seen in a long time. I'm going to start with a couple of balm products. This is the Sheer Velvet Balm from Givenchy, and I love it. And the first one I got, which is 27, which I hope this is 27, the numbers eventually rub off, so you're kind of stuck. Could be 27, could be 37. I think this is it. I love this. 27 Rose Intense, and on the hand and on the lip. As the name describes, these are both sheer and matte, but they feel very, very comfortable. And it's just, it's perfect for you're doing a day-to-day look. You just want a little something on your lips. It's perfect when you just don't know what you want to do. I usually go to this one, but before this one came out, I was obsessed with this one from Hermes. Rose Det, perfect spring. Kind of like this to me in, I don't know what to wear. I don't know what to do. Actually, that's not entirely true. I just love this light, fresh look. Now, I did take off the sheer velvet, but there might be a little bit something underneath it. This is one that I love, and as you can see, it's just a light baby kind of pink, not too white though, and so spring-like, so fresh, and really comfortable. Sisley, number 23. This is a blue pink that is vibrant and summer and spring and just, it's unashamed. And as you know, I love a bright lip, or if you don't know, I do love a bright lip. But somehow, some brights I feel like I can carry off and they actually don't look all that bright. I also really enjoy the bullets. My camera lately has not been focusing. I used to be able to put something in front and it would just focus, and now I really have to block my face so I can't see what I'm doing. But it's pointed on both sides, so you can really be careful about how you're applying, and don't really need a liner. Not that I'm a big liner person, but I love this color. I have another Sisley that I really love. 31, and look at that orange coral color. Now I'm just thinking that maybe I shouldn't have worn black, because I think black can change the perception of what you're seeing color-wise more than white or gray can. But this color, spring-a-ling-a-ling, summer. And these Sisleys are super, super comfortable. Now, for something different from the saturation, the Westman Ateliers. This one sometimes works on me, sometimes not, because it has a coolness to it. But these are so incredibly comfortable. They just impart the teeniest bit of color, and since my lips are a little bit flush right now from taking off these lipsticks, it's a yummy delight. If you're somebody who doesn't like a lot of color, these balms are lovely. Mike came out with lipsticks again. This is a new one, I think. This is Sesame. 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 These are so incredibly comfortable, and I do keep this out here to keep on using this particular color because it's such a lovely neutral for me. It's, you know, some people would say it's a nude. I love these. I did blot off my Westman Atelier, but there was still some sheen there. So it doesn't look exactly like this normally, but they're very, very comfortable. And I'm delighted that Bite has reintroduced lipsticks to their line. So we're kind of alternating now between something a little bit more comfortable. These Merit lip oils don't come in enough colors. In fact, this is the only color that I really love on the lips and on the hand. So on the hand, you're thinking, wow, I'm really going to get something brown and kind of fall winter looking, but it's not incredibly much that once it's on the lips. There are many lip oils on the market. I think of Clarins just off the top of my head, and I don't like them. They don't feel like lip oils. They just feel like sticky lip glosses, but I didn't find them nourishing. These Merits I do find nourishing. I prefer the Westman Ateliers because I love the scent, but they're not dissimilar, to tell you the truth. From Rare Beauty, this is a moussey matte. The color is called Brave. It's right here, and I love this color. This is fall, and this is one of those colors that I don't have anything quite like. I love it when a brand comes out with a color that you don't see anywhere else, not because it's blue or green, it's just slightly different than everything else. And for me, this tone, I love. NARS, this is a matte crayon that is also pretty comfortable. I have to say, when it dries down, not as comfortable as a moussey matte, and this is the color right here. Interestingly enough, I don't like the Dolce Vita in a lipstick, but I love it when it's matte. For me, this is just such a pretty color. It's a brownie pink with a little more pink than brown. It's almost a My Lips But Better kind of color, and I hardly wear it on the channel, but it's one of my favorite colors. I have some more moussey mattes. Moussey mattes are my favorite kind of matte because they're comfortable. Some aren't, but generally they are. Moussey matte, this is from NARS. Shag. Another one that is more of a fall color. I wore this somewhat recently, and somebody asked me what was the color because the video wasn't about the lip, but Another one, a moussey matte. I think the Rare Beauty is a little more comfortable. I remember when I first put this on, I thought, oh my God, no. But I loved the color, so I kept it, hoping that I could find this color somewhere else. And now I've grown to, I don't know, I had the same problem with the Rare Beauty moussey matte. I feel that when you put on a thin coat of a moussey matte, it can be uncomfortable, but when you put on, oddly, it sounds like it would be the opposite, but when you put on a lot, for some reason, I don't find it uncomfortable. I don't find it heavy, and anyway, this is shag. And guys, more in the moussey matte arena, and I do not think these are made anymore. These are by Charlotte Tilbury, and one of them is, I think it's Too Bad I'm Bad, but here they are. I love this. It's like a coral pink. So, so pretty. This is kind of, you know what I think of? Carnations. Not that carnations are actually this color, but it just, carnations are, you know, such simple. I think of the Sex and the City where Charlotte, I think, was saying, oh, they're filler flower. And they are, but there's something so charming and fresh about carnations, and that's what this makes me think of. This is a charming, fresh pink that's not too loud, it's not too somber, it's a little bit warm, but not too warm, but it's definitely not cool. It doesn't have a lot of blue in it. I happen to love this color so much. So this is going to be day 2 of some of my favorite colors, and now we're going to go on to day 3. We're back. Let's get right back into it. This is MAC Mull It Over. On the hand and on the lip. This is another one that I feel is a really pretty neutral color, and it's super, super comfortable. This is a matte. It's not quite red, it's not quite orange, it's kind of warm. Maybe hard to explain, but Mull It Over. And I think it's fantastic for fall. Another MAC Runway Hit. But I think this is a little bit lighter. Really fresh in spring and really pretty. This is Rouge Dior's 720 in Icone Velvet. It's matte. It's super, super comfortable, very demethicone-y. There we go. And I love this color. I think any time of year. It is a red, but it's not a red that punches you in the face. It's not overly orange. It's not overly blue. It's truly, truly a neutral red. And if you're afraid of reds and you don't know what your undertone is and you're just, they frustrate you, they scare you the whole bit, this might be a good red to start with because it just doesn't smack you in the face. I never feel like my lips enter the room before I do when I'm wearing a red like this, and I find it to be super, super comfortable. Burberry. I have no idea where we find Burberry anymore. It's no longer at Sephora, and their website seems to be the only place to get it. But these are another moussey matte. This is probably my first moussey matte, except for the Revlon that I ever tried, and there are 2 colors that I love. We're going to give this one a try first, then I'll see if I can find the other one. Magenta, magenta, magenta. This is such a beautiful color. It is absolutely bright, and yet I don't feel uncomfortable wearing a color like this. This is one of my very favorite kinds of colors. It is kind of like the Sisley and yet not. So let's just do a Swissily comparison. And it's right there. I feel the Sisley has more of a pinkness to it. It's not quite as deep. There might be a little bit more whiteness and a little bit more, well, the blue shows up a little bit more in this one, but this color is everything. The next one is written so small that I can't even see it with a magnifying glass, so I will put the name right down here somewhere. It's an ink infusion from Chanel. So this is a more traditional matte color in that it is liquidy. It will dry down in a minute to a full matte. It's in the same family of the last couple. Here it is right here. It has a lot less blue, I would say, than these two, but it's in that same pink, but not quite pink. It's like a pink red. And these are not to be ignored. These are the Fenty colors, and I think these Fenty colors are just perfect. I like to layer these two. So this one's more of an orange, and this one is more of a fuchsia, magenta, and this is an ideal red. So let's start with the orange. It doesn't smell so good. So this has turned, but we're gonna do it anyway. Unattached, unattached, and unattached. It's the perfect orange because it's not too orange. I've had some oranges that are more like that Hermes orange, where it actually looks more like the peel of a real orange, but this one, I don't know really how to describe it. I do prefer the moussey mattes. I just think they look better on older lips. They're much more comfortable, but they don't last forever, and you do need to reapply them. My life is not so busy that I don't have the time to do that. I often love to layer this one on top of it, and this is Unlocked. Boom. Hello, Punchy. Now this one by itself is right here. It's more blue than everything else, but with them together, I feel like I have a really interesting kind of mix. So those two I might repurchase come summertime, because these are the perfect, just they are so tropical and lively and happy. And here's the other moussey matte from Burberry. This is Brilliant Violet, and this one is the Magenta. And I just love this kind of color. A lot of blue. And here it is on the hand, right here. These just look so much nicer on the lips, over the liquid lips, and over some lipsticks, because they just sink into everything and you get full opacity, and they're super comfortable. They're just not long wearing. Now, I've heard Tati Westbrook say she doesn't like the moussey mattes because they get all over her teeth. Hello. Most of it's come off, but I've never had that experience with moussey mattes, but I have with this one. This is the original from Fenty. It is uncensored, and here it is right here, and it is a gorgeous red. That is a deep dark red, not a bright red, and again, whew, just a perfect red to me. It's not too orange, it's not too blue, it's not very bright, but this one, as opposed to the earlier one I did from Dior, really makes an impact, I think. And again, on my skin tone, on someone else's skin tone, maybe not so much, but this is going to be the final one. These are long lasting. They're not quite as comfortable as the moussey mattes for me, and I don't think they're as flattering as the moussey mattes. And the doe foot applicators on these are shaped kind of weird. If you have fuller lips, you're really probably going to like it. It will just hug your lip. But there's a couple of different ways you can apply with this, so it's not the end of the world. It's not like it's not workable. Try it. I'll show you a little bit. But you see that indentation there? That's where the fullest part of your lip is supposed to go. And then of course you can use this, and of course you can use this. So there's a lot of ways you can go, and maybe that's why I actually got so much on my teeth. But I love this red. One of my all-time favorites. I don't really have a list of, oh, these are my favorite reds, but I finally, do I have a button on this or what? But I adore this red color. It makes an impact. It really does. You can wear this at night. I think you can wear it at day as well. Not at day, during the day. And you guys, thank you so much for the inspiration, the idea of showing you some of my favorite colors and, you know, my thoughts on some of the formulations. It was a lot of fun. Not something you should do in one day, I will tell you that. And yeah, keep them coming. I will take any idea that isn't going to kill me. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. Please consider giving this a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. I should have said that at the top of the video. And Lucy just walked in, so it's time to go. Until we meet again, I am wishing you good health. Yeah. And until we meet again, I'm wishing you good health.